Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today a new video related to the wingbacks pack. I have to say, in these days I'm looking for, and weeks, because I think it's 1 month at least that I'm looking in the market for a new wingback for my main team. And it's so hard to find a good wingback with a good level of price, because you can find a strong wingback completed at 30 years old, but they are so expensive. We are speaking about average 10 millions. And if you want a trade-off, a quite good wingback, maybe not the top player, but anyway, with a good level of defending and winger skill, it's really difficult. Maybe you find a player with a good level of defending, but not winger. So this means that firstly, in the market, we are creating few wingbacks. Secondly, how we need to build a strong wingbacks, do we know? So now with this video and with this pack we'll see how to build a project behind around the wingbacks. Before to start, please guys, I ask your support to follow the channel, to share the contents, to push the like, and any comment is more than welcome. With that, let's start. Here we are with the wingbacks. What I can say as intro, for sure the main topic is that the wingbacks are using different kind of skills, more or less like the wingers. We need to understand how to leverage on. For sure defending will support us to defend our team, for sure winger skill will support the side attacks, but not only, also a little bit of playmaking and a little bit of passing will support us to support the midfield ratings and to be flexible in the tactics with the counter attack. Maybe your wingback will have a good specialty that need passing, and so now let's see how to build a good wingbacks. Here we have our magic table with the steps between 17 years old until 29 years old, the targets of under 21 and the targets of the national team. Let's start from the 17 years old. This is just an example. The sum skill is considering defending, playmaking, winger and passing. This example is showing you one important thing. Mainly for the under 21. It's not so important to find already a player with wingers skill, the winger skill already completed, because it's really a quick training that can cover also in the under 21 phase or the skill in a quick way. Main important thing is defending, and if you have already completed playmaking and passing already from the beginning, is very good because you will handle in a better way the plan in the long term. So anyway, let's see the steps with under 21. You can see how defending is at 13 and we'll have the same level of winger skills. So defending 13, winger 13. Playmaking and passing, if you are able to find already in the market at 666, are already very good. You have a player really flexible that can play both in the possessive lineup 3-5-2 because he's supporting the side attacks with 13 wingers, but they can, and also the midfield with 6, that anyway if you play with a wingback toward middle, maybe you can give some sub levels to your midfield. On top of that, you defend in a proper way with 13, and you have mainly passing at 6 that can support your team or the national team to play also counter attack, like 4-4-2, or for sure at 5 with 5 defenders. And the same topic you can find in the national team targets and at the end of the cycle for your club. So you reach 17 defending, the same level of the wingers. Playmaking 9 that support anyway the midfield with some sub-levels, and if you play with the tower middle etc, you support a little bit more, and you have anyway a good level of passing that support you to reach a good level of tactic. 9 passing at 29 years old is really good. You can also reach 10 in the long at 30 years old as you prefer. This kind of player is really flexible, can support in really a lot of situation. Anyway, remember that if you play mainly counter-attack, you need not only defending a good defense, but also good level of attacks, and the wingbacks are supporting you to increase the side attacks. So 17 wingers is quite good. You can also do something both at the national team level and under 21 levels. You can push a little bit more defending at 18 and 14 for the under 21 phase. Training a little bit less winger, so 12 for the under 21 phase and 16 for the national team phase. So this is depending on you or the style of your plan. If you play mainly with 5 defenders and you want good level of defending, depending also the mix that you have if you add other players in the cycle, is not a problem. Have 16 despite 17 in wingers and have a level more of defending. The important, from my point of view, is the playmaking and passing level at the same level to be more flexible to play both in a counter-attack or in a possessive lineup. Of course, if you are playing mainly in counter-attack, passing need to be higher than playmaking. Now, speaking about the specialties, as the central defender, unpredictable are the main one in this moment, with the defending skill, so I like 13, 17, the negative events are really reduced with a low percentage. Meanwhile, with the passing skill, you have a good chance to create special event really important, like the long passing from the defense, and you have a good percentage to have a good realization, and this is the main special event in this moment in Hattrick. For sure also the head are important because you need to have head around the team, so could be the wingback. Also quick could be a choice because anyway are stopping at 100% the opponent wingers. Now let's see the plan. Here we have the plan. So this example, this plan is for mainly the users that want to start the plan with 5 defenders, starting from the wingbacks. And so the wingbacks that need that will support the side attacks of the team. So we will start with defending until 13, more or less at 19 years old. We will complete the winger skill and at under 21 stage, increasing the stamina share, you will reach the 13. When you finish the under 21 and you will try to maximize the experience thanks to the under 21 matches, when you reach 22 years old, you can decrease the stamina share because it's finished the period of the under 21. So you can focus another time in the training speed and you complete the winger skills. So you finish the 4 slots that are difficult to handle, you push your winger at 17 and that's it. You forget to train wingers and you complete the winger skill of your wingbacks. You, for one season, train playmaking to reach from 6 to 9, anyway, to complete also the phase of playmaking that still you won't be so competitive, and this is the moment in which you can do it because it's still young, the players, so are young and you can still not think to be competitive at 100%. And at 24 years old, it's the moment in which you can come back in defending and push building a strategy with your strong defense, but still with 2 wingbacks that support the side attacks. So you will be in the middle of the series at 24 years old already competitive, and more you will complete the defending of your players, better will be your values and your counter attack, because you will merge the defense also to your side attacks. And finish the defending at 27 years old, you do the last side fine-tuning passing. Maybe you can do passing in the end of the season as you prefer. Anyway, you need to consider that you need to complete your player to reach 9 in passing. Now let's see an example. Okay, so the first step will be, as we saw before, the defending cycle until 13. So you buy 10 defenders, the stars are the core players, the 6 players can be like your trading. You have 2 seasons and a half in which you can train some players and you can make some extra money thanks to that moment. You will have 4 core players in which 2 are really core players, the yellow one, and 2 are secondary players that will benefit from the training, but in the right moment you will sell them. So defending until 13, after that a lot of season of winger until 17, you will reach 23 years old. Here for doing an example really quick, playmaking is included. But anyway, the main message here is when you train for a lot of season winger skill to your wingbacks, your core players will be trained anyway in championship because you need to gain experience in the league matches. Here, if you are able to play 4-4-2, anyway, a defensive lineup in which you have still a good level of defense, it's better because your wingbacks that will play as winger will have a good level of defending, 13, a low level of playmaking, 6, and they will increase a lot in wingers reaching 17, but in that moment you won't support so much the midfield. So if you play more defensive oriented that in a possessive way, is better. Anyway, do what you can. Anyway, we are speaking about players that are 23, 24 years old, so you are still not in a competitive phase, so maybe you are in a low series, and this level of skill, if you buy good level of inner midfielder, you can play also 3-5-2 in an easy way. Anyway, in that moment, when you finish the cycle of winger and also playmaking, you can decide. You can decide to sell 2 of them, the secondary core players, the orange one, keeping just the yellow one. What does it mean? That you will sell, more or less the value is 7 millions, so you will create 40 millions more or less, depending on the market. We know in this moment the level of the market is quite strange, but anyway, you will create good money because in the market 17 wingers is really requested. And you can take the money that you did in the past, and also thanks to the 2 secondary wingbacks, to buy central defenders, for example. And if you see, and I suggest you to check the central defender pack, in that moment of age, your central defender finished the playmaking cycle. So they are more or less 14 defending, your wingbacks are 13 defending. So when you come back to train defending for a lot of time, your wingbacks will reach 17 defending. Your central defender, depending on which kind of central defender you will buy, could be 17 or 18. So you will have a really strong 5 line of defenders with the wingbacks that are 17 with 17 defending and also 17 wingers. So 2 strong side attacks and a central defender area really competitive. So your defense will be so impressive. And here you can still train defending in the friendly matches, gaining extra money. So this is a suggestion how you can handle this plan, this pack. If you like play in a defensive way, this could be an opportunity. And you can start from a central defender pack or a wingback pack. Okay guys, we are at the end of the video, the conclusion, pro and cons, and we can sum up with just these few words. Pro, this pack is for the users that are interested to train defenders in general. So 5 lineup with 5 defenders, or maybe 4, like 4-4-2. Cons, this pack is not for the players that are thinking to play in 3-5-2, 2-5-3, so in a possessive way. Why? Because you need to push the skill of defending until 17 or maybe 18, so you need a lot of season of defending. And speaking about the pro, if you are interested to build a strategy behind the 5 defenders, the 4 defenders, Starting from the wingbacks could be a good point because it's so difficult to find in the market, they are expensive, and you need to consider that the counter-attack tactic is not just a matter of build a wall and that's it. You need to create a good wall, a good tactic to create the counter-attack with passing, and you need to have attack ratings, because if you are not able to convert the few action that you are creating thanks to your wall and thanks to your tactic, you are not it's not enough, the tactic. So you need attack ratings. And how to build the attack ratings? Not only buying good forwards or wingers, but is starting from your defense with your wingbacks, and not only, because you can leverage on the central defender toward the wingers. So think about that, building and personalizing the wingbacks from yourself. And with that, you can, as I told you before, you can build your 4 core players. Maybe you can sell 2, because you will gain a lot of money with 17 defending, with 17 wingers will be expensive your player, and with that money you complete your lineup with the central defenders, and you will have a really strong defense with already the wingers that will support the side attacks. You just need to complete with wingers and forwards. You finished your job if you want to do a counter-attack tactic. With that, guys, we are at the end of the video. I remind you that the next video will be about the set pieces taker, an important role for every lineup, and for this reason I'm creating a specific video about that. And the last video about the series, that I hope will be by the end of the year or maybe in January, will be the conclusion of everything, showing some example of mix of packs, because you need to consider that strategy is not just a matter of I have my pack of forwards or wingers, defenders, wingbacks, I train them and that's it. You train them, you select your core players, you sell the secondary players, you make money, and with that you put in the market interesting player in the right moment, so the market will recognize and will pay for them. And so, but you will find other players coming from other packs that can support you to complete your team. And of course there are packs that are mixing in a easiest way than others. For example, the central defender with the wingbacks, it's so easy, switch them. And so if all the users are able to train in this way, with this concept, at the end the market in the right moment will have nice player that will fit with the plans of others, and there will be demand and offer, and everyone will be able to complete their team in a proper way with the right targets, because a lot of time there are players in the market that you can see and you can feel that they are traded in a bad way with the bad skill. So I hope that it's clear the vision of these national team packs, and I think we can close the video like this. Really, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao ciao.